My name is Josiah Kannan, and I was a co-art director. My production duties were to make sure all the things looked nice on the camera, sort of carry stuff, decorate the castle that we had, and yeah.
Okay.
My name is Carmen Hawkins, and my position was talent producer. I wanted to be a talent producer because I wanted to be there interacting with people, being a part of the process, seeing not only the behind the scenes, but how it functioned in front. And it was such a big job. I really wanted to see if I could do it. My pre-production duties was setting everything up. I helped with auditions. I helped collect information about all the contestants. I got the sign-off document so that they could be filmed. And I also contacted people when they didn't win, when they did. So I was kind of involved in setting up all the ducks in the row, so to say.
Okay.
During the actual show was running back and forth, making sure people were ready when they should be ready, making sure they had their makeup on, their acts together, that they were tuned. I mean, I was busy the whole show, so.
My name is Sam Meyer, and I was the audience producer for Raiders Got Talent. Mainly, I wanted to get a job where I could be of use. And, so audience producers sounded interesting to me, because I like interacting with people, I like dealing with people. I like to say that, I have fairly high energy sometimes, so I can be pretty successful getting a crowd of people to, start bringing up their energy level. And I thought mainly, above all else, I wanted to get a job where I could be of use to everyone else. Production duties, well, right before production, I was working with the ushers, helping seating people, making sure that we knew where the special guests were to get them into their reserve seats, just making sure everyone was sitting as close to the front as they could, because that was really important to, not only for camera's sake, like when we were doing VTR, to make it look as packed as we could. But
my name is Andrew Suarez, and I was a production coordinator and a camera operator for Raiders Got Talent. I was drawn to be production coordinator because I thought it'd be kind of an interesting staff job, like managing like craft and things like that mostly, which is just being responsible for like the food aspect, which doesn't seem as big of a deal, but it kind of is. And then I've always been interested in using cameras, so being a camera operator was probably my biggest goal to get out of Raiders Got Talent. So for pre-production, I just made a list of possible like foods that we would need, such as like water or like chips, just to keep people like energized, I guess you could say. And then I was also just kind of a right hand to the producer and the co-producer, just making sure that if they needed anything, they could just always ask me, and I'd be there to help them out with anything they need, whether it's like grabbing something that's in the room or running across to a different building and getting anything, just making sure that they had everything they needed to help them not stress out. At first I was a little stressed out trying to think of how to manage both jobs, especially being production coordinator and a camera op, especially during the rehearsal. I actually had to leave the rehearsal for maybe 10 minutes to get lunch for the entire crew, which I had to set up prior. It was just a matter of like finding like places with good prices, knowing where to call, things like that. So I ended up getting pizza, which was like no problem because they delivered it. But as far as preparing both jobs, it was just a matter of knowing what to buy and when to buy it. And then for camera op, it was a matter of just having your settings right as Nicole would want them to be, and then just carrying out the recording, making sure everything was running smoothly.
My name is Devin Sanchez, and I was the next Simon Cowell, the judge for Raiders Got Talent this year. I was also talent coordinator, which was just keeping track of the talent, and it was kind of funny because while I had to keep in contact with the talent, they got to see like nice side of me, but then come of like the show, I was not so nice. So what made me decide to be a judge and talent coordinator is I'm very social. So like it was easy for me to be a talent coordinator because I don't mind going up to someone like, hey, I need to stay in contact with you for this whole process, and it's easy. But to be a judge, I had to bring a different side of me that I had fun expressing, because I've seen the previous years, everyone's so nice, like you did great, when they really weren't. So I wanted to tell them that in a nice, not so nice way, that, hey, you're kind of trash. So my pre-production duties were basically keeping in contact with the talent, making sure they knew what they needed to bring, what they needed to wear, and what to expect. I had to make sure they were informed that I wasn't going to be pulling my punches with comments, because I didn't need someone to, like, you know, become very depressed and you know, like, want to do something that they would regret. So basically just keeping a healthy line of communication with the talent, as well as ripping their dreams apart.
My name is Thomas Strachey, and my roles on Raiders Got Talent were writer. My co-writer was Benargabright, and I was also a camera operator. When deciding what kind of crew position I wanted, I looked towards what my talents were and what my strengths were, and one of those things is writing. I read a lot, so I can be pretty disciplined when it comes to writing, especially long pages, several pages, and it was something I wanted to do. I didn't even know that there was a writing position on reality television, so just learning the ins and outs of this kind of mysterious job was really rewarding in and of itself.
My name is Benargabright. I was a writer and I was camera 4. So in pre-production, Thomas and I would redraft the script over and over. The first day we decided the order of the contestants, and then from there it was just getting things nailed down so that the hosts knew what they were going to say, the judges knew basically what they were going to say. That we didn't script them, they did a lot of improv as well. But yeah, our idea was to make it more improv oriented so that it wouldn't seem stocky and just bad like last year. But I think it turned out really well, the way that it is. And I'm so proud of it. You guys should watch the full show.
My name is Nicole Block, and I am the executive producer, also known as the teacher, for FTVM M26, which is Raiders Got Talent. I wanted to teach a reality TV production class because I have so much experience in reality television production professionally. I have about 15 years experience working in nonfiction, lifestyle, docuseries, all different award shows, all different kinds of nonfiction reality television. So I thought, hey, I'll teach that one. There's definitely a dance that I have to do when it comes to guiding the students and not interfering and letting them fail, because this is a safe place to fail. So what I did is, what I do professionally is I check in with everybody and I make sure everybody's doing their job. So we had weekly production meetings and I went through and checked in with everybody. We also, the producer, Ryan, and was very good at checking in with everybody and keeping them updated as well. So I felt like we had kind of a system of checks and balances in place, and everybody did amazing. My favorite memory from this year's class is impossible to pinpoint because there are so many. I was amazed from day one with the group that I just got lucky to have enough to have in my class. The group that signed up for this year was amazing. They each picked jobs that they flourished in. Everything gelled together. There may have been drama, but nobody informed me about it, so I didn't have to deal with any drama. Everybody just jumped into their jobs. Not only did they do their jobs, but they exceeded my expectations. And that's how you get work in this industry, is not just doing barely enough to get by, but to exceeding people's expectations. And that's what happened. And I think being up in the control booth in the PAC during the production and just watching everybody just go for it and have the confidence and just do it, it made me feel like a proud mom more than, I expected to feel. And yeah, so I think just my overall memory is one of gratefulness and one of amazement. And I know it's going to be tough for the next year group to live up to this year's group. And I hate to say that because I know this is being played for next year's group, but it's true. I mean, maybe there's one or two exceptions, but everybody just exceeded my expectations beyond what I expected.